The figurehead breaking loose from the masthead. Well, this is the actual size of the model. It was made from the same mold. This was made from the same mold, and but this is just a wire one that I take on lecture tours. The actual one is at home, and it has ball and socket joints in it. We'll put it on the screen. You can see it has a detail of wood so that you can make close-ups of it. She's seen better days, unfortunately. On the back, we made a torn effect as though she broke loose from the masthead. Of course, any self-respecting Muslim ship would never have a figurehead, but how many people know that? It was dramatically stimulating, shall we say? I'd like to explain that I knocked over the Washington Monument long before Mars Attacks. They rebuilt it since, so I'm glad of that. Here is a flying saucer that was used in the film. I'll put it at the base of the model. It's made of aluminium, and we had 3 different sizes. One for long shots and one for medium shots, and then one for close-ups, which is now in Berlin, unfortunately. So this is a saucer, and it had to be suspended on wires, of course. And being so close to the camera, it was hard to paint it. You had to paint the wires out each frame. And now you can do it with CGI so easily, but when we made the picture in the 50s, you had to paint the wires out each frame of film. You didn't see this particular character in any of the clips, but he was from Guangxi. This is what you'd call an ornithomimus, if you'd like to know the name. And he's the actual animated puppet that was used. He has ball and socket joints. And he had a small part in the film Guangxi. I think they described it as a plucked ostrich. I'm sure you will know who's inside of this. I'll move this around. Inside of this box, it has somebody in it that you've seen on the screen. That's one of the actual skeletons that we used in Jason and the Seventh Voyage. He has every joint that a real skeleton has, and of course each frame of film you move it and take a picture. So he's one of the 7 that you saw fighting Jason at the temple. It was very difficult to hide a skeleton within a skeleton because the ball and sockets had to be so small in order to conceal them beneath the bone structure. But I solved that problem by dipping cotton wool in latex and then molding the skeleton right over the armature rather than casting it. Now we have to make room for one other character. I think you'd like to see Madame Medusa. This is made from the same mold as the original Medusa. And we had to put a lot of detail in their features because we shot all the close-ups on this size model. The original model, of course, is in my home in London, but I don't take her on trips. She's too heavy. This is made of wire, and it's made from the same mold as the original model. But we had to put a lot of detail in her face so we could shoot close-ups. And of course, each snake had to be jointed and animated. Each frame of film, the head and the tail. We had 12 snakes in her hair, so you can imagine how difficult it was to keep track of them. But she turns out to be one of those are doll's eyes, baby doll's eyes, of course. You can't see them she should have a starry look, but she turns people to stone sometimes. We made her green so that she would be more evil. All the research I did on the Medusas of classic mythology were just a woman with a pretty face and the snakes in her hair, and that wasn't very dramatic.
Talking to Greg about how much it is.
Oh, yeah? I know, I've got one upstairs. And you guys made it so hard for me because I left it till the last minute, and then I went to 3 or 4 stores and I couldn't get it.
Yeah, well, I rate
video.